Well, greetings, being. Welcome to Spiritual Workout for Politics. My name is Stephen Morrison, creator of Spiritual Workout. This is the second video, and I thought, if I were you, just bumbling around and coming across me and Spiritual Workout for Politics, I would want to know a little bit something about where I was coming from on the political spectrum, which I'll share off the top of my head happily and readily. But I do want to emphasize first that it doesn't matter where any of us are on the political spectrum. I very, very much look forward to welcoming people in Spiritual Workout for Politics who come from all different corners of the spectrum in all different places. Because this is not about getting to a place where we are advocating for and trying to convince people to jump on board any of our campaigns or projects. That may or may not happen as part and parcel of getting to know each other. However, that is really not why we're here. Why we're here is to help us individually. And certainly, I'm very interested in working with teams and campaigns and organizations and that kind of stuff, but that's on a slightly different level. What we're really fundamentally doing here is welcoming people from any part of, like I say, the political spectrum, whether we're everyday citizens, which is the category I'm in, or we're candidates or office holders, or we work at nonprofits, or we advocate about certain issues, or we're running campaigns, or anything related to that. It's all about coming in and saying, you know what, I work at a nonprofit and we do really good work and I am exhausted, it's really hard. Or, you know what, I want to watch the news, I want to stay involved, but I'm getting so angry, I just don't even know what to do with myself anymore. Or, you know what, the holidays are coming up and my family goes a little nuts and my brother-in-law and I just are always, those kinds of things. That's what I want us to be talking about here. Where are we, any of us individually, getting caught up and dissatisfied and disgruntled or upset or depressed or angry, like I said, or any of this with regard to politics as we individually see and experience it? That's what this is all about. What we're going to do here is learn how to navigate that in a way that's far more satisfying than what it's been. That's the whole point. And from what I'm hearing, for a whole lot of people, it's pretty damn unsatisfying these days. So I just want to emphasize that, and I will over and over and over again. All that said, who am I? Where am I coming from? Where do I live on the spectrum? Well, let's see. It goes back for me to fourth grade. I did not come from a political family. I didn't particularly hear people talking about politics in any special way, one way or another. I participated in a mock election in my fourth grade class. Well, we all did. I was designated to be Richard Nixon. It was 1968. And I won in a landslide. It was fantastic. 4 years later, it's 1972. That guy's running for re-election. George McGovern gets the Democratic nomination. I watched the whole thing live on a 13-inch black and white TV with nobody around till 3 in the morning. 12-year-old political geek, I guess, getting all emotional because, I don't know, there's just something about politics in general, our system of government really, that I just hold in extremely high regard. And I'm not saying we haven't utterly corrupted our system of government. I am saying personally, I think our system of government, and I'm talking primarily on a federal level, that's my area of interest, is wonderful and fantastic and part of conscious politics for me. And Spiritual Workout for Politics would be to restore the integrity of the system we have. So that's one thing that I personally am interested in cultivating. So that was probably my one and only brush with the Republicans back there in fourth grade. I remained from 1972 on and until I could vote the next time around, pretty much of a stalwart Democrat. After Clinton's reelection in the 90s, I just said, you know what, I can't do it anymore. This party does not speak to me, does not operate in a way that I think is particularly effective compared to what it could be. I don't resonate with a lot of the messaging that's coming from them, and I'm just going to take advantage of being a California resident and decline to state my party affiliation. And that's pretty much where I've been since the 90s. I don't remember voting for a Republican along the way. Not that I wouldn't. I consider myself to be a pretty progressive, liberally minded person with regard to policies that get bandied about. I think in my everyday life, I'm probably far more conservative than anybody would expect or give me credit for, if credit is the right word. In other words, I don't know how anybody else would describe me, or I would describe myself beyond what I've already said. But again, while it's always interesting to know where people come from on the political spectrum, we are here to learn different ways to navigate through the politics of our times. And those ways will absolutely help us to feel more connected, more enthusiastic, more excited about what is possible, because I think we have fallen into a ditch of negativity and talk about what isn't. And of course, that's not the case for everybody everywhere. So I just thought, like I said, that it was my duty in a way to share a little bit about where I am on the political spectrum. As I've been saying, I am really, really excited to hear from you, comments and questions, to get this ball rolling here on YouTube. And until next time, peace.